right. I miss Japan. Dude, I miss my stream setup. I miss my giant monkey. After playing League for a week, you know, you really do appreciate things in life. Didn't you die from an ice cream overdose on the plane? We'll talk about that because I'll try and go through it in order. But I was gone for about 2.5 weeks and it was intense. So I went to LA and I left on June 23rd. I streamed XCOM the night before and I wanted to initially beat XCOM before I left. And then I immediately got to Ludwig's house and I asked him, when can I stream XCOM? Do you genuinely think it was probably one of the most fun stream games I've done in a long time? I genuinely felt super attached to everyone and the game was great. The game was challenging. It was wonderful. Then after that, we obviously had League Week and League Week was painful. I was genuinely crashing out at Ludwig. Having to watch him CS was genuinely driving me insane.
Opening, then it would be simple.
Shoot someone in the head tomorrow, Connor, if you don't always follow the rules. Do it!
Look at this. Listen to this. Cuckoo Gaga made me crash out. I won't follow the rules. I want to go in 25.
It was so hard watching him get everything up.
I'm pissing with you.
My piss.
We're crossing streets.
No, I'm not crossing streets with an animal.
No, piss with me.
No, I'm not pissing with. I'm not pissing with an animal.
Pussy.
And then we would start the next game and he would within the first 3 minutes, and then I would start fucking up because I'm terrible as well. I'm also bad at this game. So I think as much as we both just love hanging out with each other and vibing, I think that was like the least fun way of doing it. I mean, it's funny, right? Like I think the joy, why League Week works, at least for me and Lud, is that I feel like no matter how much we fight, it doesn't change much.
Now you know how we feel watching the average CDawgVA gaming stream.
No, I'm not that bad. Couples fight. That's why we're a good couple, you know? We have our ups and downs and we make it work, me and Lud.
Yeah, I feel like you know, he lied to me at his skill level. I thought he was good enough to help. Mm-hmm. But it turns out he doesn't know a whole lot about this game. It's pretty hard to work with occasionally.
Bros fighting over a game, most bro thing ever. But that's like genuinely an aspect of League that I didn't like. If you have to bot lane with someone, you get to watch all of their mistakes in real time, and it's so crushing. And for some reason, that game makes you hate people.
I will not break her for you.
Oh my God.
I said my steadfast rules.
You know what the W does?
Because it just makes you care so much about the game in a toxic way. But it was really fun having Tyler on roast us. And for me, I've been a big fan of Tyler for a long time, so that was really fun for me.
Oh, you're at Draven. I'm not gonna lie. You're wasting my time. Would you spin 2 axes? You absolute. It was unwatchable.
Unwatchable? I was MVP.
I thought you were like, yo, T1, come and coach me. I'll actually try a few games, man. And you know what? I'm actually trying to hit plat with AD carry. Bro, you're hiring me like a clown.
Overall, I had fun with League Week. There's honestly not much to talk about. Then I ended up doing Bandai Namco thing, which we did stream on this channel as well. As a person who really enjoys hosting, it's a really fun challenge to have to stream something or host something where I don't really know a whole lot about the individual things that I'm talking about. But for me, as like for hosting, that's what like I really enjoy. I love having to have that challenge of like presenting something like as authentically or as excitingly as possible. So I hosted this thing here. So it was fun getting to host it. Although I can't watch this back because I cringe personally, because I feel like there's a lot of things I could have done better. But I know exactly what I f***ed up because I relive it in the moment and I'm reliving it now. Shows the part where you yelled plus ultra. Yeah, that was funny. Let's go to that.
Plus ultra!
But yeah, like there's a lot of things that I want to get better at. Like I want to move and gesture because that's kind of my style. But then I also don't want to move too much. And I feel like I'm doing that.
Thank you to Miyazaki-san and the development team for bringing their passion to this project and to our summer showcase stage.
But you know, I'll get better at it. It is unfortunate because I always want to be as professional as possible. So I just want to improve. So I feel bad when I mess up. But it was really fun getting to work on it though. And one funny story was I was talking to the guy who's head of My Hero there. I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I have said heinous things about My Hero Academia. And he was like,
well, no worries, man.
They just found it quite funny. And I mentioned that like we did this live show across America, Crash Taste Show. And in it, we would ask like people, what's the worst fan base? And I told him like, oh, every single one, it was like always My Hero Academia. I'm not really sure why. And I was like, yeah, it was like either that or like Dragon Ball fans. And then he was like,
oh, I do Dragon Ball as well.
I'm sorry, man. I'm striking out here. My bad. Either way, for me, I had a lot of fun and I love presenting. So then did that. And then we had Anime Expo. It was really fun. I got to do a ton of stuff with Sega, which again, so sick, but it was all for Persona. It was really also a game I don't know much about. Of course, when I'm always tweeting out about this stuff, people are like, why are they getting the guy who don't know shit about Persona to host the Persona things? They don't want a Persona fan. They want a host. So that's what I ended up doing. Every single day I would do 2 hours at the Sega booth. And most days it was like 9 to 7. Then I would go and like hang out with some friends, hopefully, if I had time and I wasn't dying. But a lot of the names, I was dying. So we pull up. They're like, all right, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go on stage and you're gonna read this script, and then a video is gonna play, and then you're gonna announce each one of the cosplayers. I was like, okay. So I have this little script, and then I get to give away gacha. Easy. I love doing that. That's fun. And so I just got to have this little box, and then I got to pick people in the audience for like 20 minutes. Basically just get a gacha. It was great. So I went on stage and I go through the script, and then I'm waiting for this video to play. The video doesn't play. So I'm like, okay. And to be honest, this happens way more in stage stuff than you realize, where like you as the host are supposed to, like, you're waiting for beats and like it just doesn't happen. But you know, luckily it's like 200 weebs and I'm at Anime Expo and I'm happy to be on the stage and talk to weebs. So it's fine. You built different from the charity troubleshooting. Like so many things. If you do any productions, anything, like as a host, you have to expect that there are so many points where you just have to make shit up and then hope that somehow it all kind of gets back on track. It is a skill that I've come to cherish and something that I'm glad that thanks to you guys, I've been able to work on a lot. It was honestly just like a great time. And sometimes I got to see Mouse because Mouse was on before me occasionally or after me. So that was nice. And I even got to see Lynn perform for like, she did 2 songs and it was phenomenal. It was crazy.
Never see it coming.
So that was really fun because I got to meet a bunch of the Persona staff and I got to chat with them and it was really nice. It's the one time where outside of Japan, knowing conversational Japanese comes in really handy. And there's a couple of moments where they're trying to, like, these panels and stuff, there's a lot of pre-planning that goes into them. And so anyone who's doing a panel often plans a fuck ton. But what you can't plan for is working with the production people on the day because it's not your production team, it's the Expo's production team. So everyone's stressing out. But it was the one time where I got to be really useful that I spoke a little bit of Japanese because I could hear that they were freaking out and they wanted something changed with like the cue and the music and stuff. And so I was like, what do you want the stage staff to do? I'll go and talk to them real quick and I can tell them because they know I'm the MC and I think they'll listen to me. So tell me what they want to know and I go to the stage staff. Boom, they listen to me. It's perfect. And it was the one time when my speaking Japanese was useful in America. And I felt really proud of myself for a brief moment. Self-glazing. Well, I saved the show, kind of. It wouldn't have worked without me. So we go on the stage and again, it's all scripted, right? Which is great because I don't have to, you know, make stuff up. But a lot of the times they have some lines that I wouldn't say. Like in the Persona panel, they had a line. I didn't ask if I should change this, so it's my own fault, really. If you were at the panel, you'll know what I'm talking about. But in the panel, there was one question that they had me ask, which was so against what I would ask. So they unveil these new characters. One of them is like an older woman. And so I have to ask the question, don't you think this woman is a little old for the Persona franchise? I would never say this. I would say the opposite. And so when I asked this question, half of the audience started fucking laughing. I heard the huh noises. I was like, no. And then they did apologize. No, they didn't apologize. The person who was like mediating for us with the agencies did comment afterwards. They were like,
yeah, we did you dirty that line.
I was like, yeah, you did. Overall, it went like really well and it was a lot of fun. But I did a bunch of other stuff at AX. I also got to meet up with some of the cosplayers from my cosplay video, if you guys remember that one on the main channel, one where I gave everyone of my old cosplays. So I got to meet up with a couple of them and that was really nice to say hi to them and, you know, thank them for being in the video. So that was really sweet. Great video, by the way. Yeah, it was an awesome video. I want to do it again at some point. Just got to figure out how. But we did other stuff at Anime Expo as well. So, and then, we had the panel with Mouse, which was really fun. It's on Mouse's channel as well. We had a panel at the Novo, which is a venue at Anime Expo at LA Live. So we were supposed to start our panel at, I think it was 4, and we did end up starting till like 4:50 or no, 4:25, sorry. So we're in the Novo. It's a venue that can seat, I think, 2,500 people. There was a line. The line was crazy. I had never seen anything like that for a line. So thank you guys so much to anyone who lined up for that. I appreciate you. I'm sorry that all of you couldn't get in. I wish they gave us a bigger space. If you enjoy me and Mouse's streams, you'll enjoy this one. I used all my hosting chops to put on a good show for you guys at the venue. So if you enjoyed that, go and check it out. But getting into the panel was so I get into the venue and then they won't let me backstage because they're like,
oh, you don't have the right band.
And I was like, the fuck does that mean? I'm here to do the goddamn show. I don't give a fuck about what band I need. So security won't let me in. And I'm like, all right, well, where do I get this fucking band from? And they're like,
oh, you gotta go all the way outside and go back down and talk to this person and you'll be on the list.
And I was like, the list? What list? On top of that, they were only letting in like 5 people. Like they were so slow. They got people in the venue. So we were supposed to start at 4, but because they are so goddamn slow at getting people into the venue, it wasn't even like 60% full until like 4:20. So I kept telling like everyone backstage, was like, we need to delay the show because we can't go on until people are sat down. It's unfair. I'd be pissed if I waited 3 hours and I join into the show and it's 20 minutes in. I'd be pissed off. What the fuck? I was like at the front of the fine. And luckily we had a bit extra time because I think we were the last show for that day. So they were understanding about it. It was great. It all worked out. But like the security were, I mean, I'm glad that they were thorough. I appreciate that. I would rather them be thorough than not. But my God, they need to think of a better system to somehow get people into this goddamn venue. I don't know how they do it, but they're so slow. But yeah, classic LA. I mean, I'm just complaining because I'm you know, trying to tell you about behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, it went well in the end. And then we did that. That went really well. And immediately I went over to the Honkai panel. And that was a lot of fun. Again, I don't know much about Honkai, but Grant and Joey are there with me. So it's really easy. And we were in the Peacock Theater, which is a venue that can seat like 7,000 people. It's an insane venue. But for that panel, I just let Grant do it to his thing. I just help out. I hype up the crowd. But Grant's the knowledgeable one. So I, you know, let him do his thing. But it was really fun. We got to show off some of the voice actors doing their scenes. And we got to see some of the musical talent. And again, all the people were so nice and cool. And so they were really sweet. During the convention, I'd walk around. I would try to walk around incognito, aka just wearing sunglasses. It didn't work. Shout out to everyone I got to say hi to and take pictures with. We had a panel with Mouse. Not panel, we had a stream with Mouse where I didn't end up taking pictures with anyone because we were streaming. But it was a lot of fun. I got to buy Mouse a bunch of stuff and check out some of the panels. But by that time, I was exhausted. And I felt bad that I didn't have more energy because I really wanted to hang out with Mouse more. And it sucked. That was really the only time both of us were free as well. Oh yeah, we did the Final Fantasy booth too. We got to meet Yoshi P. That was really nice. Bro, I met nothing but goats. Look, I'm really fortunate through all this anime stuff. I get to meet so many awesome people. But it is really like, I'm genuinely always like so honored that I get to meet all these such talented and cool people. You speak to them in Japanese? Yeah, I did. So that was really cool. We got to do that. And then what else did I do? There's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Oh, there was obviously also the stuff with Gaunt's anime announcements. So fucking sick. I've known about it for like a year and a half since Gaunt first told me he was doing it. And so having to keep that a secret was tough. So proud of him. I'm so proud of Gaunt. And I'm so glad he finally got to announce it. And I can't wait for the premiere. But I actually wasn't at the Geeks Plus panel because a couple of people asked me why I wasn't. So I was at the One Piece Dodgers game. You might be thinking like, Connor, priorities. Why were you not at the panel? So I'm not a flake. That is my mentality in life. And Ludwig had asked me quite a while back. He was like,
will you be at the Dodgers game? I'll get you a ticket.
I'm like, yes, I got you, bro. I was like, dude, I don't want to flake on the guy who bought tickets for me. And at the end of the day, I'm not a part of Gaunt's anime. He's going to announce it. It's his show. I wanted to go to the Dodgers game too. So hoes over bros. Okay. I also just didn't, it's not like I didn't show up. I did also check with Gaunt. I asked Gaunt, I was like, is it okay if I go to this game? I know this is a big thing for you. He was like,
dude, yeah, of course, man, whatever.
So understandable. So I went to that game and that was really fun. And I also got the Dodgers card. Look at this. Isn't that sick? I don't know how much this is going to be worth. Not that I'm ever going to sell it. And you know what's crazy? So like, I went to the Hello Kitty Dodgers night with Lud. And Ludwig is Ludwig, so Ludwig was late, right? And so I couldn't get this because he was late. And they only give out like 40,000. So I wanted to go early because I knew that Lud wanted to go late. And the moment I went in to the Dodgers Stadium, I got the card and I got my little hat. I walk in and there's like 3 dudes with stacks of cash. And the moment someone was coming in, he would just be like $100 for the card. I think most people like took it. I heard as well that they were going around to like older people and being like, I'll give you $10 for that card. And they would sell it. Isn't it insane to think that guy who bought like that ticket to the Dodgers game and literally sat at the entrance made such an ungodly amount of money? The card, I think, I don't know how much this card's worth right now. I think it's worth like $400, $500. And it'll probably be worth more as time goes on, right? As it becomes more of a collector's item. That guy made such an insane amount of money. And this is the reason why we can't have nice shit. It's ridiculous. What was the card? Okay, so maybe One Piece card game fans can tell me. Apparently it is a meta card. Like it's a very good card as well. On top of being obviously a rare collectible. Like apparently it's a busted card. Either way, cool card. And I also bought this. I really wanted to get more Final Fantasy cards. So I have one of these. Unboxing, please. No, Pete bought another one too. I opened up some other cards because we did a draft night and I got some cards I really liked. And I don't play that much Magic, but I mainly do draft. And there's just some cards that I liked. So I wanted to keep the game from the games that I played basically. So I had some of these. Yeah, so it's just some cool cards. But I do enjoy playing Magic. But mainly I just like Final Fantasy and I wanted to hopefully get some cool cards. Well, you promised some IRL. We did do an IRL. We did ice cream tasting. But yeah, we did the Queen Mary, which was really cool. It was a really interesting tour as well. Like we had Finn, who was our great tour guide, and that was so much fun. You can go watch that on Mouse's channel. It's up as well. And obviously the walk around with Mouse also was really fun. I'm glad Mouse forced me to do these things because I was so tired that I probably wouldn't have done this on my own volition. I'm glad Mouse is always there to force me to have fun. But then we did get one final stream in before my flight. So we tried every ice cream and we had like 11 scoops of ice cream. And it was so much, man. It was so much. It was such an insane amount of ice cream. It was all so yummy though. And again, Ludwig truly learned this trip how much of a fat ass I am because I eat a lot of food. And Ludwig didn't appreciate this until this trip. He truly saw my gluttonous side. Because whenever we go for ice cream, I'm always a 3 scoop guy. I go crazy on it. RV Trip 4? Yeah, we gotta see. I still haven't decided on when or if RV Trip 4 will be happening. This year at least. Given that I know Lud's busy and Pete obviously just had his baby, which is amazing. Little baby boy, same birthday as Lod. Isn't that crazy that his kid was on the way and Pete was playing Uma Musume at home? I mean, priorities, man. He's clocking in to pay for college. True. And his Final Fantasy card pack addiction. So it went well and I came back. And then yesterday I arrived back home at like 5 a.m., but I'd been awake since 3:30. And I was fighting for my life to try and stay up to like 10 p.m. And I slept like 10 hours. It was beautiful. And now I feel very refreshed and ready for the day. But yeah, that was my LA trip.